I call it generational blindness. There's something about each generation that doesn't understand something about the generation previous. And it's not just fashion,
that is so
but
true.
it can be things that are more important, like technology, or how to use technology to make money, or how to manage your time with technology to do stuff that the other generations, the older generations, wouldn't even imagine. Like, they don't even know how any of it works.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, why is that? Is it literally just that their brains are wired, like an older person's brain is wired a certain way to not understand TikTok? Or is it that they have no use for it? Because I think it's literally the utility of it, and it has very little to do with, well, a child's mind is young and is moldable, and so they're formed. And I think what it is the older person, they're in deep on what they're doing because they have to have a living. They've got to work, and so they used their tools to make money and support their family. Whereas a kid like us grows up and it's like, oh, dad's got a home video camera. Dad's not going to sit there and film and and make Blind Me Cow. He's got to do pattern drawings so that we can do that.
Right.
So we have nothing writing on this. We could waste 5 years of our lives and it doesn't matter. Whereas dad, is he going to give up like Vanderbilt, which actually worked out, but he had all of his money in boats, and then all of a sudden railroads happened. He said, screw all of that. I'm dumping all my money now into railroads. And it worked out. But there's like very few people that have that foresight to be like, this is the next big thing. So we're going to do that. Most people, it's like, hey, I need to support my family. I'm going to stick with what I know.
Right.
And are videos going to be, I'm not going to bet all my fortune family on this.
Yeah.
Whereas a kid has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So they have this, and they're in a part of their brain where they're super creative. So they find a way to then make jobs with the new technology and the new stuff.
Yeah.
That then the adults are like, how did you do that? Well, it's because I had time. I had nothing else to do while you were making money for us.
You helped. Yeah. You put me in a situation.
Yeah, you helped me. So we're able to use, the older generation allowed us to do what we do, and then the younger generation pretty much just makes fun of them for not understanding it. It's like the only reason you were able to do TikTok is because your dad and mom didn't use it, and now you're joking about how stupid they are.
I worry that we're creating a generation of consumers. I mean, this is what you talk about when it comes to like NASA and stuff, that it's not just a given that people will know how to shoot rockets into space forever. You know what I mean?
Like that. There could be a generation of people that's lost on.
Right. It's not just because we did that one time that we're gonna know how to do that forever. Unless there's people willing to keep learning how to do it and learn it from the older generation.
There's one thing to look at a recipe in a book, and there's one thing to actually be somebody who can look at that and be like, oh yeah, I got you. I can. Well, they kind of, I'll do this better. If you got to start at like me versus Sarah baking a cake when she actually did that professionally.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the same recipe, I'm screwed.
Right.
And she can make it better than the recipe.
Because you could sit there and it makes something passable if you have the recipe in front of you. But if something changes,
if you have no concept of what to fix.
If like a resource is not available anymore, or there's any sort of problem, what are you going to do? Oh, I don't know the principles. I don't know the core here.
You're just reading what somebody else made.
That's right. I worry about this too because I think I don't know how to do very much. I just know how to do this. I know how to. I know how to pace a video. I know how to tell a story.
Yeah.
So, Lord willing, that's all I'm gonna ever have to do because I don't know how to do much else.
Well, that's the thing is like that's the risk, but it's not really that big of a risk because if everything really just goes down the drain, I mean, we're all screwed at that point. Like,
that's what I tell myself. I'm like,
it's not like
I'm not going to be the only one who's screwed here. Okay, we'll all be screwed. We'll all have to come together and say, all right, we're screwed, right? We're all screwed. Okay, let's come together and figure this out. And I'll be like, hey, who needs a video?
I can advertise this so we can get more people.
I know that my laptop still has like 2 more hours of battery before it's dead.
No, I don't worry too much about it. I mean, that's the thing. You can't. What are you going to worry about?
It's easy for you to say. Okay, you got your chickens and your dogs, and you can cook your eggs and eat your vegetables.
You can cook your eggs. Eat them raw if you have to.
Hey, I'm down here closer to downtown. All right, if something goes down, I could get killed.
That is the one thing to worry about. It's not the skill; it's the location.